Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn about arrays in C++. Before starting my session, I would like to thank all the subscribers who have subscribed my channel, and all those who have not still subscribed, please do it. Now let us understand what is an array. Arrays are a way to group a number of items into a large unit. This means that if I have same data type values which are to be used in the program, then I can group up them and give us one name and use it as an array. Arrays can have data items of simple type like integer or float, or user defined type like structure and objects. So in simple meaning, array is a collection of variables of same type that are referred by common name. Arrays are of different type. First one is one dimensional array, which is you can say 1D array, and second is multi-dimension, in that you can then add 2D, 3D and so on. Now let us understand single dimensional array or 1D array. It is the simplest form of array. An array is given a name and its elements are referred by their indices, or you can say index. The C++ arrays index numbering starts from 0. So as you can see over here in the syntax, first we have to declare the data type, then array name, any name you can give over here as we are giving for the variable name, and the size you have to specify how many values you want to add for this array. So let us see the example to understand 1D. So now this is an example for an array, 1D array. Here we have declared marks as a variable name with the data type float, and we want 3 marks to be entered. So here limit I have given 3. Then for this arrays we will use for loop. As arrays are, as in array we have to enter 3 marks. So for that we want our data type to be run or variable name to be run 3 times. That's why we have used this for loop. Now here we have written data type and variable name is equal to 0. So I is equal to 0, then we are checking the condition. Is 0 less than 3? Condition is true, it will go inside. Then it will print cout, enter the marks, and then it will wait for us to enter the marks. So this will run 3 times. The 4th time when it will come over here, it will exit from this for loop. Now to print the output, I have used the another for loop. Then over here we have written the statement to print the output. Now let us check the output by running it. So now here one small change I had done, that 2 times I had written, but it would not allow us to use the same variable name over here. So I have changed it to J. Now let us run the program. Okay, here I am entering 10, 20, 30. So 3 times the loop is been run to take the values. Now 3 times it ran for showing the output. So first value was 10, 20 and 30. So the value of arrays have been printed. So let us see the flow of program. First the for loop, this I for loop is been run, as it will take the value from the user. Then we have run the second for loop, which will get the value from the array and then it would be printed. Now let us see further in array how to use string as an array. String as an array. C++ do not have string as a data type. So character array is defined to write string that is terminated by the null character, which is this. Syntax of it is char name and then 10 or any size name you can give. So data type, array name and type of size you can give over here. So let us see the example to understand it more clearly. So let us see the example without an array to get a clear idea. Let me run this program. Here I have taken a char as a data type and a variable name. Then I have taken the input and I am printing that output. So run. Now I am writing my name ABC. When I will press, only the first character it is taking, as character takes just a single character. If I want my whole string to be printed, I will use array. So here I will give a square bracket and write any random size. Then I will run the program. Now here I will again write ABC PQR, little bit longer name I gave, and yes, it came same as it is because we have used array. So this is how you can add a string to the program using an array. Now let us proceed to the multi-dimension array, and in that we'll first see the 2D or two-dimensional array. So what is two-dimension array? This is an array in which each element is itself an array. For instance, A of M and N, where M indicates row and N indicates column for the table. If I have drawn a table, M would be rows and N would be columns. And where it intersects, where M and N intersects, there the element would be inserted. Let us see the syntax. Data type, then array name is written, then two square brackets we are using, first for row and second for column. So M and N, or you can use row or column. Let us see the example to understand it clearly. So here in the program I have taken S as a variable name, then in that row and column I have taken 3 as I do not want to extend my program. Then I have taken extra variable as I and j for loop. Then starts my input loop, which is to take the value from the user. So this to loop will take the value from the user according to I and j. When we will run the program, it would be more clear. And the second part, the second portion is to show the output. What we have taken from the user, it will show us the output. Let us run the program to make it more clear. So first we will compile it. No warning or error is there. Let us run it. So here it is written, enter the value for S as 0th and 0th position. So 0th row and 0th column. So here I am entering 10. Then row is 0 and column became 1. So I am entering 20. Then row 0, column 2. I will enter 30. Now it changed, the row is been changed. So for the second row, here it is written 1, but we will consider it as a second row. So second row and first column. So over there I am writing 40. Then 50, 60. Again now the third row is started with the column first. 70, 80 and 90. Now as you can see over here, where 10 is written, it is 0th row and 0th column. Where 20 is written, it is 0th row and second column. And where 30 is written, it is 0th row and third column. Same way it goes for the next row and the last row. So this way the data is stored in 2D array. So now let us see how to pass an array in a function. calling of functions with an array. When an array is used as an argument to a function, only the address of array gets passed, not the entire copy of an array. So let us see how it works. Now here in the program I have created a function named display, and now let us check from the void main how it works. Here I have created an array named age. I have taken the value from the user, then I have passed it to the function name called display. Inside that I have passed the array. This will redirect my cursor onto the function which is display. Here it will get the array name and then it would be displayed. So the simple thing is how we used to write in the void main, we can pass an array in the function also. Let us run and see. I have already compiled, so we'll directly run. I'll enter the age 25, 26, 27. So yes, you can see over here. Now these are the garbage values, as we have run our loop 10 times. Over here we have run that loop 10 times, but the values were just 3. So the rest were the garbage values. So here we end our session. For the next session we will learn about structures, which is the last topic of chapter number 1. Thank you students for watching my video. Please do like, share and comment on my video, and do subscribe my channel to get the new update. Thank you.